We have Tispai and Denti as a callback. I know this is Tibs. I was making a callback. Jake, you also muted Cheeks. You muted the wrong microphone. Yeah, I can't. There you go. There's Cheeks. Yeah, I was making a callback earlier when I messed up, but no, this is Tibs on the right, HMO's Tibs versus TLOC and also HMO's Denti.
Denti?
Tibs.
Pac? Oh, no. Okay, I confused myself. The names were just switched.
Yeah, no, Denti definitely a dual main between his Pokemon trainer and his Olimar, but going up against the Pac-Man of Tibs, which has been proven time and time again to be a threat to our PR and top talents here. Denti's definitely going to go for the character that doesn't get stuffed out projectile-wise. Yeah.
Thank God we're not watching Olimar versus Pac-Man. That match would take 12 minutes.
Speak for yourself. I like me a nice timeout.
Time him out. All right, but yeah, the trainer starting on Battlefield. This is I think this is a pretty good stage for a trainer, just because Ivysaur can get a lot out of the up airs.
That's gonna be kill.
Oh, they land at the same time, I think. Ivysaur is definitely in free fall.
I think Denti. I think Denti misjudged the fastfall speed of Ivysaur and the ability to get down there before the Pac-Man got to the trampoline. So yeah, like you said, they both died at the same time, and that's really unfortunate for Denti, who had a really big lead, and he found an opportunity to kind of extend that more. But now, Tibs just has to find a way to land back on stage and get something started against the Squirtle, which so far has only really been spare hits for him.
Yeah, he's been making a lot of usage out of this up B, just creating that barrier in tangent with the hydrant to just set up that real nice trap.
Now we got to see Tibs. Nice mix-up on the recovery. Stopped short. Not that he had to call that out preemptively to mix up that recovery, but stopped short of where Denti was going to try to take that stock. And, now that he's back on stage and Denti hasn't gotten the stock at 120, this is actually looking pretty all right for Tibs, because now, the Ivysaur's doesn't have the combos that you normally do.
Exactly. And he's not quite at a percent where he's forced to switch to Charizard. Ivysaur can take a couple more hits here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, starting to use the Razor Leafs a little bit. I think he's discouraged from using it at first because he's like, oh, Pac-Man has the Hydrant. It's not going to do much, really. But I actually don't know. Does Razor Leaf go through that?
Yes, it should.
Okay.
It absolutely should. The amount of damage that it does, however, I think it might take 2 Razor Leafs to take down a Hydrant.
Oh, no.
Well, there you go.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
A Hydrant flavored? Not flavored, shaped. That's what I'm looking for. Forgot what shapes are.
Ooh.
However, Tibs is not. The shape of a key is working out very well for him to get a lot of mix-ups with that Hydrant. Tibs is very heavy playing when he does on mix-ups with the Hydrant and knowing exactly where it goes. That's his favorite part about playing this character.
Denti using the side B of Squirtle just to tank through the projectiles and also hit Tibs. And it just does so much damage when it hits.
However, you can see it's not quite doing the job against the Hydrant, which, again, one of the things I recommend against for people playing against a Pac-Man is don't mess with his stuff. He knows how his stuff works, and you don't.
Exactly.
So, let him do his thing, and you do your thing.
Yeah. Whenever you hit the Hydrant and it doesn't, fully knock it away, usually that just, sets it up for Pac-Man to knock it away. And,
and he get you.
Wow, that covered roll, that covered pretty much everything.
That covered a lot, given that Hydrant was in the way. Denti couldn't really mix up. The only thing I'm surprised I didn't see him do, I thought he might up air the Hydrant and try to send it bouncing towards Tibs at a very slow rate, and that would also be his Hydrant. He could use that to cover his getup. But Denti wasn't, again, like I was saying, most people's philosophy will be Pac-Man has his things and I have mine, and I'm not going to try to mess with the Pac-Man stuff, because that's, like you said, where he's going to make a lot of money. If I don't knock that Hydrant away, then he's going to be able to hit it right back at me, and then I'm in trouble.
Yeah, and he can just play around his own projectiles so well. I guess really the only thing Denti could have done there was just waiting. But even then that's scary because you're still at the ledge. You're just gonna set up something else. So you're pretty much still just in that guessing scenario.
And Denti, he just kind of had to guess correctly, and Tibs, he was set up perfectly at the ledge. Like you said, that forward smash was going to cover pretty much everything. And yeah, just a really nice game at ledge in particular I found from Tibs is that on stage he was able to build up some pretty decent damage, but making sure that Denti was locked down at the ledge and also getting that boon from the mistake on trying to lock down the recovery on that first stock was important. But I think Denti has realized, all right, maybe going to the Olimar is the play. Maybe this is how I need to keep Tibs at bay.
Yeah, you know, a change of pace because, you know, on Battlefield he wasn't really getting the Ivysaur up air strings that do like 50 damage. He wasn't getting the early kills with Charizard's up throw, so, you know, just completely starting on a clean slate here. But
that's very interesting to see that key will just kill Pikmin on the way through, and in particular, it looked like it one-shotted a purple Pikmin, which is always a good thing to have in your arsenal, is something safe that will kill a purple Pikmin. Saw that Denti barely had the time to save that purple from the key, and Tibs is
stuck! Oh, it was stuck. It couldn't get past the hydrant. But yeah, Pac-Man, he has those big damage hitboxes like the key and the hydrant to kill these Pikmin pretty early. So
I have never watched an entire game get played at full screen until now. This is Cheeks. I'm going to be completely 100% like not sarcastic. This is actually fascinating to me. This is actually really interesting to see an entire game played at full screen. Because I've never seen this before, and this is what I'm watching. Isn't Smash Brothers? It's a different game entirely, and I'm living for it. This is really cool.
It's interesting neutral. You know, it's not your usual Crom running in Unga Bunga with Nair, just mashing buttons. It's a change of pace.
Now, why perhaps might that be your first example, Cheeks?
Because I play Crom. Nothing against Lunchables. I was definitely thinking of myself there.
Well, it's Crom, like you said. It's not an individual player. It's Crom.
Mm-hmm.
That's the deal.
I love the Cromgar emote. Me a BU. Me do 26 damage. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a slower paced game as we're seeing almost down to 6 minutes and not a stock taken, but Denti with a good lead.
Boy, I thought that Tibs was getting more hits than he has been, but he's sitting at kill percent. Denti's sitting at 40.
Yeah, Olimar, as Denti says, Olimar he sort of gets damage on you for existing. Like, just his presence, like, he's going to be chipping away at you the longer he's alive and in play.
I wonder if Tibs should be playing this like a bullet hell. Ooh, there's damage.
Oh,
that's a blue, yep.
Saying his prayers to the Lord, getting that up throw.
Down goes that first stock. I kind of thought you were exaggerating a little bit when you were like, oh, haha, like 6 minutes per game. Like, everybody's like, oh, this will definitely go to time. And I'm like, it almost never does. But the way that first stock was playing, it's looking like it might be. But now Tibs is turning up the heat a little bit. He's starting to approach the Olimar because he's down, and he knows this is only going to exacerbate that runaway playstyle that Olimar is so famed for.
Yeah. Olimar, he definitely wins the war of attrition against most characters. And, even we saw Tibs went in, took one wrong step, and got up smash to up smash at 60 damage. So, it can be scary approaching Olimar as well.
Oh, Tibs was looking for a shield break right there with that forward smash. As a lot of people do. I think that sometimes when you get somebody's shield really low, you just kind of gather the risk reward and you go, okay, one Randy forward smash. If it gets me the stock, that's great. If not, whatever. And Tibs does get that one right there with the forward smash, and the hydrant helps extend the hitbox too, for what it's worth.
Yeah, Denti caught playing with the hydrant, and Tibs just taking advantage of it.
Speaking of taking advantage, I really love the way that Tibs leveraged the fire hydrant right there, where he used the water to jettison himself on stage way quicker than you would ever expect a Pac-Man to be able to. That was really smart.
Yeah. Oh, and the platform getting in the way of that Galaxian shift combo. And you see now he's camping the platforms again because he's at blue up throw kill percent.
Yeah. Definitely want to stay away.
It's just that threat of having the blue Pikmin. It's so strong for Olimar's like mind games in neutral because you just have to respect it at all times. And he has two blues, but not going to matter. Knocking the hydrant at him.
Instead, he's just going to utilize the Pikmin hitboxes to kill Tibs by his own tricks. Nice. He does challenge the yellow Pikmin on shield, which you can with select moves. It is pretty safe, but Tibs found some nice damage from it.
Yeah, I want to say it's like -8 or -9.
Which is crazy for what that move is.
Yeah. the electric properties, I think, add shield stun for the yellow Pikmin.
Indeed they do. And now we see that down B, the fire hydrant. Gonna give Tibs a little bit of a chance at a setup right there, and that's the fun thing is that Pac-Man's up smash is 2 hits. So if you knock that hydrant off with the first hit, that'll be a really cool mix-up that you can show your friends at home.
Exactly.
Hey, check out what I can do with Pac-Man.
Yeah. Tibs took quite a bit of percent from that white Pikmin latched onto him. I don't think Pac-Man's hydrant actually like always hits Pikmin stuck on him, so maybe Nair instead would be a better option there.
Yeah.
The way that Pikmin work, like, they'll latch onto different parts of your body the more are stuck on you. So, like, specific, like, hitboxes that cover, like, your legs or your head or your arms, like, they'll hit different Pikmin.
Yeah, it does matter which one you're using. That's why Pac-Man Nair is, in theory, very good in this matchup, because that is Pac-Man's whole body. And that will hit whatever Pikmin is on you. But right now, Tibs going to actually launch Denti off with that apple, and that's something that we've actually curiously seen a bit from Denti. As I love that trampoline trick. That's a classic right there. But that's something that we've seen from Denti, actually, is that as he gets closer and closer to finishing out of stock, he does get pretty aggressive, even with the Olimar, and Tibs called that out.
Exactly. And approaching that percent where he will surely almost die to a blue throw.
Did you see the slide?
I'm always smooth with it.
So good for, yes, smooth with it, man.
That was a very good grab right there.
And all of a sudden, I love that Tibs has changed up his game plan. Like, he's playing, like I was saying, if he plays this like a bullet hell, he may, stop losing that whole percent game. And he's been doing such a much better job of avoiding the Pikmin.
All right, and the key stalling the hydrant, but, Denti popping off a little bit. He's excited about that one.
Yeah, definitely. After you play a long game like that, there are going to be some emotions to vent out, you know.
Denti, a very emotional player in general as well. He saw Tibs, like, sort of mounting that comeback slowly, so definitely relieved he could close that out with the raw back air.
And it's purple Pikmin, too, so it is plenty strong to get the job done.
Yeah. That purple Pikmin's not pregnant. It's just eating good.
She eating good. I love that image, too. That gave me so much confidence in myself. I was like, yeah, you know what? Who cares? I'm eating good.
Yeah. Body positivity all day.
Yeah. Everybody, love yourselves. That's my advice to you at home. I know that that's really generic and it sounds like a celebrity trying to be like, oh, haha, just be yourself and you'll achieve your dreams or whatever. But seriously, whenever you start being down on yourself, do your best to tell yourself not to do that. Because that's what I've been trying to do lately, and it helps at least a little bit. But
thank you very much for that positive message, Kimona.
That's all I want to do for the world.
Yeah, and Denti going back to the Squirtle because he's with co-maining Squirtle and Olimar. I think he does it like very dependent on stage. So if he thinks the stage is good for Olimar, he'll go Olimar. But if not, he'll go to Trainer.
Both of them definitely come into factor. Of course, matchups matter, but it seems like he's willing to play either character. And with the up-close game, you saw that on Town and City, Denti was having a lot of success, playing deep away from the Pac-Man. And now that we're up close and personal on Smashville, where Denti's going to have a much smaller margin for error to play that way, switching to the Pokemon Trainer makes a lot of logical sense. And I'm just wondering what Pokemon he's going to be using the most on Smashville.
Yeah. Now, Ivysaur, rather, can have a pretty powerful advantage state just because of how much space the up air covers. But Pac-Man's disadvantage is really good as well. It's just so floaty, so much drift. So many ways to mix it up with B reverses and hydrant. So it's kind of hard to lock him down in the air and catch his landings.
Oh, forward air, yes.
So aggressive.
Loves to go aggressive off stage if he does a quick switch into Charizard. Loves to catch people off guard with that newfound movement speed that he has compared to the Ivysaur.
Exactly. Going deep in the paint.
That's what he does. And now, once again, off stage. This time he's respecting the bell, which is obviously a good idea. But Charizard's big hitbox is not going to do him any favors.
Ooh.
The orange will stop him and indeed kill him.
Oh,
creative use.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that just completely denied him access. Said, open sesame, no thank you.
That was a close and shut case for Tibs right there. Charizard apparently has scurvy or something. Orange took care of him quick. I see Denti
not
once
wanting
again.
his vitamins.
Denti, once again, though, he's really respecting that fire hydrant. You can see that when he gets a clean opportunity to hit it, he'll take it, like if Tibs is off stage, for example. Ugh, speaking of being off stage, I agree with whatever noise you just made. That's how I feel, too.
Oh, my goodness. We must be in the jungle with all these vines whipping.
Definitely looking like... Denti's looking like he's using Power Whip, not Vine Whip. That looked like 120 base power to me. What just happened?
The water pushed that. And it still, like, just shifted its momentum when it did its little loop-de-loop. Okay, good parry. Only able to get a forward air off it because a lot of space was created with the hydrant.
Buying space is definitely all you can hope to do in this matchup on either side. Denti's been doing just a much better job of it by utilizing these close quarters hitboxes that Ivysaur has, and he's almost taking the game too.
Okay, yeah. Not safe on shield with that side B.
Nice recovery mix up there from Tibs. That was stylish too.
Yeah, stylish and a little bit risky if you messed it up, but getting that.
Woo.
All right, Charizard kind of thick, not going to kill just yet.
Definitely, they definitely got a lot of weight, a lot of meat on those bones.
Yeah. Being at ledge against Charizard during our kill percent, one of the most terrifying positions in the game.
Forward throw? Yep.
Yeet.
Will do. Indeed, yeet. Can somebody please just take that clip of Cheek saying yeet and just put like a ton of reverb on it?
Yeet, yeet, yeet.
Yeet.
Oh.
Well, Denti yeets Tibs off stage to take the set. I know it's been a long one. It's hard to keep track of it, but that is indeed the end. It's a 2-1 in Denti's favor. One with the Olimar and one with the Pokemon Trainer, which, kind of like I was saying at the beginning of the set, very exemplary of the way he plays the game. He's certainly a dual main between the Olimar and the Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah. You can't always just default to, I took this game with this character. I have to stay them. Denti having full confidence that his trainer could still do it after losing that first game.
Yeah.
And they buffed Charizard's forward throw.
Yes, they did.
They buffed that option.
That move is strong.
Charizard's problem is that he doesn't have enough kill power. So, let's
give him more.
Yeah, let's buff his F tilt. Let's buff his forward throw. It'll make up for how they nerfed Ivysaur.